Have you ever pondered why understanding the cost per mile is so vital in the trucking industry? It's not just about knowing how much fuel your truck guzzles down. No, it goes much deeper than that. It's about understanding your business's health, about making informed decisions, and ultimately about securing your profitability. Now let's delve into the concept of cost per mile. Imagine your truck as a business on wheels. Every time those wheels turn, there's a cost involved. That cost isn't just the fuel being burned. It includes the wear and tear on the truck, the cost of maintenance, insurance, permits, and even the salary of the driver. Each of these elements contributes to the total cost per mile. Think of it this way. If your truck were a restaurant, the cost per mile would be like the cost of ingredients for a dish. You have to purchase the ingredients, prepare them, cook them, serve them, and clean up afterward. Each step has a cost, and when you add them all together, you get the total cost of creating that dish. In the same way, when you add up all the costs associated with running your truck for 1 mile, you get the cost per mile. So, how do you calculate this cost per mile? It's quite simple, really. You add up all your costs for a certain period, say a month, and then divide that total by the number of miles driven in that same period. The result is your cost per mile. It's like cooking a meal and then dividing the total cost by the number of servings to get the cost per serving. Now, why is understanding this so important? Well, knowing your cost per mile gives you a clear picture of your truck's profitability. If your cost per mile is higher than what you're charging your customers, then you're operating at a loss. On the other hand, if your cost per mile is lower, then you're making a profit. Also, understanding your cost per mile can help you make better business decisions. If your costs are too high, you can look at ways to reduce them. Maybe you can find cheaper insurance or a more fuel-efficient truck. Or perhaps you can negotiate better rates with your customers. To summarize, understanding cost per mile is like having a financial health check for your trucking business. It helps you understand your profitability, make informed decisions, and ultimately, run a successful business. It's not just about fuel costs, it's about every single cost associated with running your truck for 1 mile. Remember, every mile counts and every cost matters. So keep track of your costs, calculate your cost per mile regularly, and use that information to steer your business towards profitability. After all, a profitable business is a successful business. And there you have it. Understanding cost per mile in trucking isn't just a fancy term. It's a critical tool for ensuring your success in the industry. So keep those wheels turning, keep those costs in check, and keep your business on the road to success.